It's end of day 3 in Manchester. The home team sitting pretty with a lead of 186 runs. Still have 3 wickets in hand. They already have a centurion in Joe Root and another man in the talismanic all-rounder and captain Ben Stokes inching towards that magical 3-figure mark. It's not been an ideal day for the Indian team. They were staring at a big total at the end of day 2, and as the day has really turned out, it is a big total that England have notched up, and mind you, they are still not done. With me, my 3 colleagues, I put a tweet out for which I have got some love and some hate, so I want clarity from 3 of you. I said that it is now giving me, which I had mentioned in the Tea Time show, now giving me the 2011 series feel, this one. Why I said it? Because few things that happened in 2011. One was injuries that you are seeing signs of. 2 was leakage of runs that you are seeing. And 3 was helplessness on the field, whether it was from the captain, the bowlers, the fielders. So these 3 things I noticed, and it's got nothing to do with the result. Somebody will say 4-0, this could be 4-1, 3-1, I don't know. But to me overall, it gave me 2011 feel. Is it a fair comparison, or you're feeling no, it's some other feels you're getting?
To an extent, I think it's a fair comparison. The point in 2011 was that except the second test in which India had reduced England to 124 for 8, India completely, except that occasion, India completely looked toothless, clueless, and there's a reason why they lost 4-0. I think this time around, the point is that at least, after the first session, there was Washington Sundar who got those 2 wickets. So maybe there has been that slight, a fight back that India have had, because initially we would have been we were actually looking at a lead of about 300 or 350 odd for England, but I don't think that's going to be a case. So yes, India have fought back, but even this 186 and maybe let's say add about 30-40 odd more runs, I think it's still a mountain to climb for India. So it is definitely giving me that vibe of helplessness, because that's what you could make of your captain throughout the day. He was clueless, he did not know what to do. When he should have bowled Washington Sundar, he did not bowl him, and when Washington Sundar was taking those wickets, then you actually kept him out of the attack, at that particular point. So yeah, it's not really looking good from the captain's perspective, because he was the one who looked the most clueless today.
Okay, why I'm saying that so many people are doubting, so I'll read some comments, not all, I can't, some have profanities, so I can't read all, but the ones that don't. One guy is saying, see, PR agents have become active. The captain was the World Cup winner in 2011. This time there is a new captain, yet his team has fought hard in the first 3 test matches and won a match where no Asian team has done. One guy is saying that. One guy, his name is Rahul Kumar, he's saying anyone comparing this series to 2011 is ignorant and does a great disservice to the Indian cricket team fan who survived that phase. Soumya Sengupta is saying, surely not. We have seen 2011, there was no contest. Don't fool people who have not seen that series live. Okay. One person is saying, Kashish, his name is, he's saying, have people really forgotten how bad 2011 was that you're comparing? Okay. One guy, there's a girl, I don't know whether the guy, Khushi, the name is. He's saying, क्या बोल रहा है? कंपैरिजन तो सही से कर लो. 2011 वाला कैप्टन एक्सपीरियंस था. 2018 में जो 4-1 से हारा था वो भी एक्सपीरियंस था. बॉलर्स दोनों के पास बढ़िया थे. सो डोंट से दैट दिस इज लाइक दैट. सिमरन इज सेइंग agenda peddler you are. Acha, anyway, so some who don't agree. That's, by the way, these are only the negative, and there are lots of them who've said yes, exactly that, I'm feeling the same thing, good comparison there. But I thought that I must give a different perspective also.
how come this is like you being an agenda peddler? I want to understand that.
No, that don't take seriously. That
No,
doesn't.
I'm not taking seriously. I'm just, see, I'm a logical guy. I try to connect the dots. That's what I want to know.
Don't. Because a lot of people, no, I'll tell you, don't try to connect that dot.
So that just turned to me the moment Gulati said logical.
No.
I don't know why though.
Why I'm saying is that, see, folks on social media, what they do is, anything that you say hurts their sentiments or their cricketer, then they'll say agenda peddlers. The same guy, I've noticed the same guy, now you say something that they are in alignment. For example, they're a fan of a player and everyone is bashing that player and you put a praise, they'll say correct thing. Same way you say something against what they are fans of. So what I do is, I try and differentiate that most of those people who write like that are fans. And fans don't see logic. Fans are not connecting dots. Fans are fans. For them, this player is best, this team is best. As soon as you say something objective or critical, they will abuse you. So that's why I don't look at agenda peddler, PR agent, none of that matters. Because in their opinion, you one day are PR agent, one day you are good analyst also. Yes. So don't take that seriously. But the point is that some guys put other things like logical things. For example, they're saying that was an experienced team, like a World Cup winning captain. This is a young team. They are doing. Some are saying that that team was flat to begin with. This team at least have given competition in the first 3 test matches. So on that accord.
See, I would say 2011 was far worse than this. Okay, because I'll give a bit of a broader context to it. Prior to 2011, at least until June 2011 and succeeding 2-3 years prior to that, you at least competed in the Sena countries. You won a series in New Zealand, you held South Africa to a draw, and you had won the World Cup, you won a series against the West Indies, you registered a win in all formats against them in 2011. Then came England, and believe you me, from that 4-0 loss, fast forward 14 years later, you have not recovered your mojo in the Sena countries. Barring one occasion in Australia in 2018.
No, that is a trend you're talking about. I'm just looking at that series versus this series comparison.
See, this series, didn't we all, which of us gave them a chance that they'll win a series? We all agreed that it was a team in transition. Rohit, Virat weren't there.
Didn't you go with 3-2?
But was it in India's favour? I went 2-2.
You went 2-2.
I went 2-2.
I went 3-1 in England's favor.
I went 2-2.
But no one gave India a series edge.
No, I gave 3-1 England.
Yeah. So we all knew that because it's a team in transition, you can expect something worse. And I think it's played out exactly how you wanted it to play out. You won the test.
But that does not mean that it cannot be compared to 2011. That's my point. Whatever you expected is another thing.
But 2011, you are expected to compete. You
Here
had the
also
pedigree.
you didn't think they'll compete. He's saying 2-2, you're saying 2-2. You thought they'll compete.
I had a faint hope for one simple reason.
So then?
The England team, the England team as compared to 2011, they were on an upswing too. Same like India. But here, this England team was an average England team. Let's make no bones about it. A tongue, cars would not intimidate you like an Anderson Broad or a Bresner in the 2011 era. Plus, you had a Graham Swan.
So then this makes it worse than 2011, no?
I mean,
because
that are not so intimidating team
that
goes
team
ahead and
had.
snatches the series.
See why
you are equal on all fronts there.
See, I am saying why it is like 2011, and just to answer exact questions, I'm going to talk not just trends but exact questions that are raised. One, people are talking about that there was an experienced captain. One, others are saying that listen, there, you lost 4, and here. You fought hard, but my point is fight hard or not does not count for anything. If you end up being 4-1, it is as good as 4-0. If it does turn out like that, then will you say the comparison is fair because it's 4-1? Sometimes things go downhill. The other thing is competition. There also you competed. Lords could have been a different test match in 2011, right? Yeah, but it didn't. You had your moments. Trent Bridge, you could have had a moment if you hadn't called him back. So I'm saying, there will always be highs, lows, competition and not, right? I think it went downhill there from Birmingham, from Edgbaston, and probably that sort of a moment you're witnessing here. So, and by the way, if I was to look at that, in that case, you lost your premier fast bowler in the first test match itself.
First session itself.
In the first session itself.
And yet you had to. Here, in this case, you didn't have that scenario. At least he's available for 3 test matches. So, there will be minor changes here and there, but I still stick by it that on the whole, if I see a larger picture, it's a fair comparison to what happened in 11.
But I see a fight. I saw no fight in 2011. Yes, some key players were missing, etc. But look at those margins for that matter. You were losing by 196 runs. You were losing by an innings. You were losing by 300 runs. You were losing by 200 runs. If these were vaguely the margins that I recall, there was hardly anything to celebrate as far as Indian batting is concerned. Here, let's
Rahul Dravid had how many hundreds?
He had 400, 300.
What is there not to celebrate?
Here you got 4 centurions in the same match.
But also you got to remember the pitches in those times were very different.
If you're comparing series by series, so that's two ways of looking at it. As you said,
you have to look at the pitch also you're playing on, no? They didn't get a lead.
Even the England bowling attack also, Anderson, Tremlett, and all these bowlers.
The fact that you lost one match which was almost unlosable, and the fact that you pushed the team to day 5 on all three matches you've taken the opposition into the 5th day. First test match, let's be honest, and we said more sessions belong to India. Second session, we said exactly the same. Third match as well, we said exactly the same, that coming into the 4th match, India had 1 more sessions. If India's lost, so this is from a distance, if you see, okay, the moon looks very good to me. The closer that I go, I see crevices in it. So if you see, okay, 3-1, 4-1, if we're just judging 2 series by score lines, maybe eventually this could look as bad as well.
That's what I'm saying.
But will that be to say that this series was as bad as 20? I think 2011 was much worse.
I don't know.
You competed first match, second match you won, third match again 22 runs.
That's what I'm trying to say. You will know once the series is over, is what I'm saying.
I think that's it's basically giving me the vibes of this 2014 tour. Like in the first couple of matches, at least there was a fight. You won the Lord's Test also, but after that it was a make surrender.
Ultimately, this could also be 4-0. We speak of goal difference in football. So, right, ultimately, if this ends up being 4-1, it is 3-0 then, right? And if we compare it to 2011, it will be 4-0. You'll say, okay, 1 goal difference, whatever it is. But there's a difference in a football team losing a match 2-0 and then winning or then losing it 6-8. You will not take it that you concede 8 goals. That is not the thing.
Yeah, but here you will only look at 4-1 or 4-0 now. That is a possibility. But won't be 6-8.
You will be questioning things, right? Much more. A 2-0 defeat is one, but losing or winning 6-8 is another thing altogether then.
Okay, whatever it is, I think the best discussion will be once the game is done, and probably once the series is done, it will give us a better idea. Let's get to this particular test match. 184 runs they are ahead at the moment with 3 wickets in hand. I'm guessing a safe estimate would be a 200 run lead. It should be more than that.
220. Yeah,
220. Let's be conservative. 220 because Stokes is there. They can lose wickets as well. Let's say a 220 run lead. I'm just taking about an average. It could be much more than that. It could be less than that. We don't know. 220 run lead. Where do you think this test match is at the moment? Is there any way back for India, or do you think the horse is bolted?
I think this is a situation that's going to be new for most of the batters this time around, because when you know that you're going to come out in the second innings and there's going to be a deficit of about 230, 240 or even maybe more than that, that's where I think their real character would be tested as to how they really go about their batting. Even for Jaiswal also, how much you block, how much you go for your shots. KL Rahul, I think, is someone who would still be very assured, as far as this game is concerned. But it's going to be a real test for someone like a Jaiswal and a Shubman Gill, because you cannot really be overly aggressive also. And at the very same time, you cannot just go into a phase wherein blockathon is witnessed from both the batters. So I think that's a balance that, someone like a Jaiswal and Gill would have to strike. But a new situation for the batters, a high pressure one. Where I see, this game being headed, assuming there is no rain on both the days, I think we have a clear winner in this, and that's not India.
So no comeback chance, no backdoor entry for India here.
No. See, we all want to be very nostalgic about Kolkata 2001, but a Kolkata 2001 cannot happen every single test match. So you're already now seeing the pitch having variable bounce.
Now to here you cannot have Kolkata 2001, because even if you let's say have a rear guard action, it will still take it to a draw.
Yeah. At max, try for a Port Elizabeth of 2001. Try a Port Elizabeth when Dravid and Deep Das Gupta managed to weather the storm amidst even greater adversity. But already this pitch is starting to show variable bounce. Some deliveries are keeping low, some deliveries are spitting off a length. And if England get to the range of 220, 250 in that lead bracket, there is no reason to doubt why the test can't end even tomorrow.
Oh.
Because, see, look at the pressure, everybody will say it's 240 runs, it's 290 runs, what's the big deal? But already the conditions are getting difficult. Not just you have to erase the deficit, you have to create a lead and give them a target. There is no time,
I don't think
conditions.
you're thinking so far.
But then that's the pressure, na? You have to survive. First mode is survival.
Survival is the first
That's
and the
it.
main task.
When it's survival, you will fall. And that is why already when you look at it, India is staring at an abyss.
Is there any chance of, let's say, 220 run lead? India get 350, 120 odd run
That
for
would
England
still
to
not be
chase
enough. I don't think
and
so.
put them on,
You need a minimum of about 170 to 180 odd runs, similar to what England had at Lord's.
But there's
about
no time
190.
for you.
Yeah,
There's
that's
no
also the
time.
thing, time. And you know, if, as Siddharth also pointed about the weather on day 5, it's going to be just a passing shower or so. So I think
But it's
you're
not
not
cast
really
in stone.
losing
It
that
can go
much
either
time.
way.
Okay, assuming, let's say, okay, no rain, let's forget rain, we don't know. So out, okay, if it happens, we don't know. Forget rain. So let's say if you dismiss them quickly, 200 run, best case scenario I'm looking at, 200 runs, which is not expecting too much. It's possible 3 wickets can come by, right, of the tail. Maybe Stokes is still there, but the tail is dismissed. So 200 run lead. You have a full day to bat. That means minus an hour, okay? Full day to bat. You can pile up 300 runs, okay? I'm not going 350, not going anything, 300, 280, 300, whatever, something like that. Okay, let's go 280. If they do get 280, let's say, again, not out, and then they come next day also, bat till lunch, that's another 70, 80 runs. How much is that? That's 360 or something.
You get a lead of 160.
160. You have 2 sessions to dismiss England, maybe variable bounce,
60 overs of hell.
60 overs of hell. I'm just giving you all scenarios. Is that a possibility or it's too far-fetched?
I don't think so. That's a possibility.
Let me snap out of La La Land.
Yeah.
Because I felt, wow, it's so
I just
easy.
presented a picture. You are free to say,
Because
This
if you're
is dream.
expecting 360, they have to score at over 4 runs and over. Close to 4 runs, because looking at the rate at which they are scoring, just above 4, with no punt potentially.
no, why they get about 80 overs tomorrow. So 80.
You score
get-
at 4.
So that's 320 there already. I'm not even looking. I'm looking 3 runs and over.
Even then,
That's 240 or 3.5, about 260, 270, 280.
there are only 2 guys who can up the ante and play that way. One is injured. The other, he's the only guy up on the top who can still do it in Yashasvi Jaiswal. But the others will play very conservative. I can't see a KL Rahul score at that rate. I can't see a Shubman Gill score at that rate. I can't see a Washington or a Shardul or a Jaddu score at that
Shubman
rate.
showed you in the second test match that he can accelerate. But
Flatter conditions,
what
shirt
are
front.
these menacing conditions?
No, so you say that. Siddharth says I just gave a idea. That's not my opinion. I'm just giving a picture. He's called it La La Land. Your turn. What happens? These two have said no chance. India's out.
It's
finished. Finito.
It's not a rosy garden also for me, but what I do feel is not a barren ground as well that I'm entering. It's not all doom and gloom for me yet. I don't see everything. I don't think, yes, of
You're
course.
giving any percentage to an India win.
I'm not an India win, but I do.
No, this scenario 1%.
India win.
I just presented one beautiful scenario.
No, that's
It's a 5% chance for me.
5.
The scenario he presented.
5%.
I
so
think you
is-
will have to repeat what you said.
No, why? I mean, see,
no, he
I've
saw
got
it.
England
He
as the main winner with 80%. A draw is 15%. And
I think just for the scenario that Nikhil has presented, it's just a 2% chance for me.
I'll also go with 2%.
Yeah.
But I
thought you'll go with 1.
No, but I don't think. See, while England have gone ahead, and the pitch is up and down. There's not every third delivery that's up and down. There's only a few. Did we see more than 10 deliveries stay low? I think we saw only 5-6. Yes, it's still day 3. There's 2 more days to go. Things happen. But what happens is much like the weather. We don't know how much deterioration really happens. If there could be some rain, as we know as well, and how that changes things up, we don't know. So these are all variables to me. But at present, what I see from the of the pitch, and I just look at it this way: India also need 2 good partnerships to put England on the back foot as well, so that they don't think that the win is as close as they might think at the moment after this gigantic batting performance. 2 sessions, and we've seen how cricket works, we've seen how test matches work. 2 good sessions if India can have with the bat. I don't see the conditions troubling India too much. I don't know if I'm asking for too much, but
you're asking for way
I saw Siddharth, we ran over it again. The Indian batters also showed that they can be in the middle. What we're expecting from them is that those starts get converted into some sort of partnerships, or the starts to become into some sort of scores. Not everyone scored a century, but there's been an 84, there's been a 94, there's been one big score, and a third player who's now a second player that's now approaching the 3-figure mark. I think India just need to bide their time, and if they can do that on day 4, I don't see these conditions troubling India too much that it ends, let's say, as...
So what is happening? Draw?
You'll have to go session by session. I don't know if a draw happens from here. Of course, England are the team that...
No, because you gave a bit of a brighter picture and you've only given 1% to that win, which is a dream. So draw is happening because you think India will...
Could happen. It can happen.
Okay, wow. We'll get into there's lots to talk about what happened in the day, and I really want to speak about that. But yeah, in terms of what I see happening, I think from here on, even though India has done well to fight their way back, it could have been much worse for them. It could have been a scenario where England were actually declaring with a healthy lead. That may not be the case now. So I think how I see it, again, the most obvious scenario for me looks like England get about 220 odd run lead. They are dismissed. India come out of bat. India bat and get about 300. That gives England a total of 70, 80 or something in that vicinity to chase, and England chase it down with ease. I think that's how the test match will pan out in the end. Day 5 may not be the day 4 that Siddharth expects it to be, but who knows? Again, he thinks that they'll steamroll India in but I think it'll go.
Has this Indian team ever given you the confidence that they have the guts and the gumption to fight it out?
Yeah, they showed in Lords.
From a position that you should win, you lost.
No, I think in that pitch it was tough.
4 for 11.
And then they fought.
But Siddharth, what's tougher? The pitch over there in Lords or the pitch that we've seen here? What's tougher to you?
Lords, I felt.
Lords.
Exactly.
By a country mile,
so if you could put in a fight, then why can't you put in a fight now is my question.
But that wasn't a fight.
And
it was a surrender.
There is proof. The proof in the first innings, and you've seen only 2 innings, right? You've not even seen the second one finish. How many batters have really struggled? Tell me, including Indian batters.
If you look at in that sense, Gill struggled.
Did you see single-digit scores? How many single-digit scores have we seen in this match? 2 from India, 2
from
right
England.
now. That's it.
Okay.
So what is there to not believe that India can also put up a fight tomorrow?
Because
and it will be a surrender, as you say, that even things could wrap up.
Because I believe the England bowlers will be far more disciplined than the Indian bowlers.
Jamie Smith, was he disciplined in the Braden Carts to begin with?
No, but then he had 2 others who backed him. Na?
Okay.
Here, for the Indian bowlers, who backed whom? No one. Everybody, free for all. I'll give you runs.
No, I'll get to India's performance, and there's a lot to talk
about.
Because
we are trying to spin it around by saying Lords was a fight. From the position that you were, you had to win. 4, you are 11.
Which
How
position?
could you win?
387, it was logged.
Shubman said it would have been tough on that.
380, you were logged. Halfway stage, 387.
You lost
then it became a shootout.
4 for 11. Okay. You lost 4 for 11. Everybody is missing that. If you had taken even a 20-30 run lead, you are in a position to take a lead, but you collapsed.
So that then applies to the first test match as well, na?
But there,
where you lost.
Doesn't matter. That's spirit milk.
Okay. So that was a surrender. Your top order surrendered in Lords. 193, you froze. Conveniently, you froze. It's been happening ever since the last decade. You have not been able to chase totals. So how can I expect this batting lineup and this entire list to put up a fight when even peak Indian team never did it in the decade in the Sena? Never. Which is why I'm saying England's bowlers will show far more discipline on this particular wicket. And that is why I feel India have already they are staring down the abyss. Tomorrow or maybe early on day 5, that abyss will culminate into a series loss and more questions will be asked.
Okay, let's get down to question. Before I get to what India did, or rather what India did not do today, the important bit is, again, I'm looking at what might happen. Ben Stokes retired himself out, went because of an injury concern. He's come out to bat. He's running, but still running gingerly. Could England be without Ben Stokes, the bowler, or do you think it's just precautionary and when it comes to bowling, he should be fine?
I think the second point, he is fine. Precaution, he just went out. So that's why if he was an injury, this thing, it was serious enough, he wouldn't have come out to bat. So I think, like we had that same thing, he had a groin problem, but I think he pulled up quite well.
After the second test match.
After second test, I think that's how it will be.
I think the only reason why Ben Stokes, the batter, went off is because he thought that he wasn't really getting those runs at a faster pace, and maybe someone like a Jamie Smith or Liam Dawson
No.
so that they can
Really?
just try to get as many runs as
you
they
should
can.
have seen what happened to
That's
the
what
ball
at least I
before.
thought.
No. There was
because just before he went off,
There was
he
an
was
awkward
trying
landing.
those he was trying those reverse
landed
scoops and
awkward.
all those shots.
He had to jump. He tried to go after the ball, and there was this awkward.
That's
landing.
absolutely fine. I agree. What I'm saying is that the intent was different. He was trying to go for those aggressive shots, and that's how he got injured. So that was the mindset that he had. That maybe I'm not really able to get those runs at a faster pace. So better that a fresh batter he comes in and he does the job.
Oh, I saw him grimace a bit while Jamie Smith was
He
crossing
was
him.
even limping up the stairs.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it was a legitimate injury that he suffered.
Yeah, and there's no issue with him upping the run rate because he came out attacking.
And you had
He was going for
time.
shots.
You have time. It's not as if you have to force a test match result next day.
Yeah.
You had time.
No, but he's batting aggressively also because he's batting with the tail. So he's like, as many runs as I can get. So you say no bowling concern because imagine England not having Ben Stokes to bowl, it changes a lot of
Best
things.
bowler in the
Yeah.
last 2 tests when you look at it.
It changes a lot of
Best
things.
bowler in the series.
Yeah, he's the best bowler.
Barring Edgbaston.
No, doesn't matter barring. If you look at
Overall,
the combined
yeah.
series, he's the best bowler.
He broke the game open in
Okay.
Leeds. He changed at Lords and this also. Yeah.
Now, elephant in the room. The day for India. From captaincy to selection to bowling, everything will come under
Selection the first day we
question.
talked about, na?
No, but now it is being exposed. So what is it? What went wrong?
This is where your 2011 analogy is true. Clueless, tactically not up to the mark, team selection. What is it with this team?
But in 2011, you had multiple batting failures. Like your batting surrendered. They completely surrendered.
Different era, same story.
Today you didn't bat, na?
Anyway, I don't want to go. What happened today? That is the crux. Let's
Flat.
stick to that.
Flat, and you just were trying to make some amends. Your bowlers abjectly surrendered. Captain, seeing the bowlers abjectly surrender, tactically, he couldn't do anything. So he just stood there.
Be specific. What are the errors tactically? Let's say tactical errors. Where are the issues?
He couldn't, because see, at the very start, he couldn't attack. Because 358, he felt, okay, that was it. He had slips, but as soon as Crawley and Duckett started to attack, he decided to open the field up. Hardly any pressure was created. More than tactics, this unit, this bowling unit, let him down. Most of the times, the line and length were on leg stump. Leg stump. Too short, leg stump. They milked runs with ease.
You're saying bowling unit disappointed you, but he selected that bowling unit. Nah? My point is, what is the bowling unit? And then that's why I'm saying I'll get into the coach versus captain thing also with that. You like it or not, eventually it is the captain that picks the team. And I would want everyone, because this debate keeps happening, I would want everyone to listen to what Shardul Thakur said yesterday when he was asked about his bowling. He said it is entirely up to the captain. Now here's an insider talking. He's saying it's entirely up to the captain to decide when I bowl, when I don't bowl, when he has faith in me or not. He addressed the first test match. He addressed the second test match. He said I could have bowled a bit more, but maybe at that time they thought I should not be bowling. So at the end of the day, this is a bowler letting you know that the team is run by the captain, and that, by the way, that's how it should be. It's happened like that all throughout. It is happening even now. So don't ever think that because it's a young captain and there is a coach there, so he's overpowering him. It never happens. I've said this before. Even young captains I've seen in the IPL, when they step onto that position, they assert themselves. And I have no reason to believe that Shubman won't be doing it. And I'm not taking it as a criticism. I'm actually praising him for doing that. That's how a captain should be. So he's always the final decision maker. The coach can also chip in. Having said that, I think with the mistakes that he's making, I think Gambhir, the coach, really needs to be in his ear and be advising him a bit more. I don't know if he is already. If he is, how much of it is Shubman Gill listening to and paying heed to it? Because a lot of elementary mistakes were made. I mean, the first thing I see with Shubman, the captain, and this is a generic reading, that he is not a captain that's happy going to spinners. See, each captain, I'll give you an example. Virat is the captain that relied a lot on his fast bowlers, and he liked it that way. MS was a captain who relied more on his spinners. He would bowl fast bowlers for a little period of time and then go to them. What I see of a Shubman Gill right now is that even in a situation where nothing is happening to fast bowlers, he's a bit reluctant to go to spinners. For him, spinners are a backup option to be going to, and he mentions it in a press conference as well, that we needed to play spinners to control the flow of run or control the stem of run. That can't be the mindset. Spinners are also a primary wicket taking option. I think Shubman, the captain, is not looking at it, and I think one of the biggest blunders he made today, I'm not looking at field placements and so on and so forth, and I'll give you an example of that. But I think the biggest blunder he made today was not bowling Washington Sundar for the first 68 overs of the match.
Yeah.
Washington Sundar does not bowl, and see what happens. He comes here, picks up those wickets. And again, that was not out of the blue that he did it. He's the guy who's picked up 4 wickets in the previous test match. So there is a precedent there. What was the need for him not to go and get a bowler? So I think that is the biggest blunder. Going to his fielding, why I'm going to be pointing out about fielding, and a lot of people are saying he's inexperienced captain. In England, if you see, when the England team, and this is not baseball, and I'm not using the baseball, when the conditions flatten out and when they start scoring run at the pace that they do, majority captains have to have that feel. My mind takes me to that Ashes test match, similar situation, and they were going hammer and tongs. Pat Cummins, WTC winner before that, World Cup winner, experienced captain, had a field spread out. It's very tough in that situation. He had boundary riders everywhere. And I know he also got criticized for that. But I guess it's very tough. When the team is batting like that and England is batting in that manner, it's very tough for any captain. So I'll cut him some slack for his field placement, because if the team is batting in the fashion that they did and your bowlers are spraying the ball everywhere, then that's an issue. But I will point that out. His bowling selection, for example, bowling Anshul Kamboj ahead of a Siraj to begin with, not giving Washington Sundar an over to bowl till the 68th over as well. Once again showing lack of faith in Shardul Thakur, which he mentioned that, I'm not getting a consistent run. Yes, he'll be expensive, but you have to look at him like that. His choice of selection of bowlers, at the end of the day, you have got an Anshul Kamboj in, you're the captain, the buck stops with you, and you got him over. In fact, he is now, I was listening to Jonathan Trott, and he said, I'm really surprised that they went with a bowler who's the kiss the deck bowler. Manchester, because of this uneven bounce, as it happens, because of the flat track, you really need a hit the deck bowler. And you had a hit the deck bowler in a Prasidh Krishna, who even in flatter conditions has gotten you wickets. Yes, he was expensive, and that can happen when England attack. But when you need a hit the deck bowler, he said 2 places you needed the, hit the deck sort of a bowler are Lords and this particular ground in Manchester, and so you should have had a hit the deck bowler here. Things could have been different. It becomes tougher. But that selection also, the buck stops with the captain. So I think these are the areas where fingers are going to be pointed at Shubman Gill. I know people will bring the coach in. There were times where Rohit Sharma has gotten criticized. There are times when Virat Kohli has gotten criticized. There are times that MS Dhoni has got criticized. On all those occasions, the captain was asked about the selection. And as I understand, even now, it's the captain's call of who to play or not.
I think the bringing in Washington Sundar too late, 68th over, as you mentioned, definitely it was a blunder. He was your best bowler in the second innings of the Lord's Test, and the way you would have continued his rhythm is to probably have had him more early on in the innings. But I think one thing where I feel Shubman Gill has been let down, and it's because of one bowler that he has had, it is Ravindra Jadeja. So you specifically pointed out the fact that Shubman does not necessarily trust in the spinners. I think there's a reason why Ravindra Jadeja has played the first 4 test matches as the premier spinner, and Shubman has handed the ball to him more often than not whenever you're looking for a wicket or something like that. And I think Jadeja on each
33 overs.
Yeah, on each and every occasion, Jadeja the spinner has disappointed. So that way, I think Shubman Gill, he may have blundered in bringing Washington Sundar late into the attack, but he has also been let down by one of his premier spinners. So nothing, maybe from that perspective, nothing has worked for him.
See, you will now, of course, see those 2 wickets that Jadeja has picked up, but you also see, he's bowled almost twice, 3 times the overs of a lot of other bowlers.
Yeah. He's bowled triple that of Shardul. He's bowled almost double of Washington. But he's bowled the most and he's lacked penetration. Story of the entire series, he's lacked penetration whenever he's called. There was an area of the rough where he had to target at Leeds. That didn't happen. Lords also, he was outbowled by Washington. There is none barring Jasprit Bumrah who can maintain the pressure. You need pressure from both ends. In Australia, you got away because the conditions helped you. And Bumrah capitalized on it far more. Here, the conditions are flat. There is no way out. One bowler cannot maintain the pressure on a consistent basis. And you got Sundar in when already you were nearing a lead. When you're already about to erase the deficit and you're going into the lead. It gave you a bit of hope, but then you blundered yet again. Your bowlers did not allow you to maintain attacking fields and tactics. And that is why it's a collective bowling failure.
In that bowling failure, the big question is also of a Jasprit Bumrah. He's not been up in terms of his pace. We've seen progressively his pace drop from an average of 140 to 137 to 132, wherever. It's been progressively dropping for Jasprit Bumrah. The question now is, what does the future hold for Jasprit Bumrah, the bowler? Do you continue having him fit, unfit, or is it time to look beyond Test cricket and just keep him for white ball format? This is not an ideal scenario, right? Where he is one of the best fast bowlers in the world right now in any format, but can you be carrying him like this where he needs enough rest? It clearly seems like that this was too early for him to play. He probably should have played at Oval, but then that defeats the purpose of not having him, which is a crucial game. You need him, but you play him and he's not as effective. What do you do? I don't know. What do you think is the future? There has to be some definite call taken. If you ask me, I think maybe it's time to, after this series, time to have a word with him and just let him go from Test cricket. He's too precious a bowler to let go. White ball cricket, he can be far more effective. He can win you tournaments. In Test matches, if he's going to play 2, not 3 in one season, how do I play him? And when he comes, he's not fit. I don't think it's a feasible situation. It's untenable, and I might as well then have also your plans have to go, which is my path, which is the bowler I go with, who do I keep, who has to be the spearhead of my bowling attack. That also is confusing. One match he'll come in going, I just think,
Damocles sword.
Yeah, so I'm saying for the sake of Indian cricket, I know it's going to be a big call. For the sake of Indian cricket, to get some sort of continuity, you have to.
I think you'll probably be pushing this conversation a little forward for the simple reason that See, you don't have as big a series coming up. This is the biggest series, and now the next 5-match series is next year. You don't have any 5-match
It's
series.
in early 2027. India versus Australia.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't have
a series in New Zealand.
Yeah, that's a 2-match series.
Yeah.
Right? The others as well that you're playing, West Indies, Sri Lanka, are all 2-match series that you're playing. So there's not a big series coming up. And can I afford to have a Jasprit Bumrah for the small series, 2-match series, which gives me a good chance of making it to the 2027 WTC final? The answer to that is yes. The more I have him, the more my probability increases. However, this call will probably have to be taken when you're looking at a bigger series. Do I have a Jasprit Bumrah available for a bigger series or not? And of course, he's not getting any younger. So, point being that maybe this conversation can be delayed for now. But the next time you're in for a huge series, for a 5-match series, that's when you need to decide how is it that I take Indian cricket forward from here. No, but 2 matches at least.
No, you cannot delay this conversation. I'll tell you, I'll give an again, I was listening to Sanjay Bangar on commentary, and he's been with the team, and he again spoke about your fast bowler. He said, see, one thing as a coaching staff and captain, you have to have some sort of continuity. He's saying you cannot, with your fast bowlers, you have to give them some sort of clarity, what you expect and how you want to carry. He gave examples. For example, he gave a Prasidh Krishna example. He said he picked 2 wickets in Sydney, picked 2 wickets in Lords, and has one bad game, he's out, right? What does he think? What do I have to do? Every match, if the sword is hanging. England doesn't do that. England is stuck with cars or Vokes or whatever. There's clarity. That's how a bowler can do. Same he's saying with Shardul. He'll come in for one game, you'll drop him, maybe he'll play another game, then you'll drop him for 5 years unless you sometime need him. I don't know, maybe not need him. You're going to do that. He spoke about Harshit Rana also. He said you got him, he was your 3rd pacer in BJT. Suddenly he's out of the scheme of things, and you've got an Anshul Kamboj suddenly come and go. So I said you cannot keep doing this. And I think if you really need to streamline that if if you really want to have a streamline of your fast bowlers, you have to have that conversation with a Jasprit Bumrah. You have to tell him that, see, for the sake of continuity, for us to have a good set of fast bowlers. Of course, injuries is another thing. You let go. But if you have to have some sort of continuity, you have to go without him. I'm sorry. I know it is a bitter pill to swallow, but that also allows me a fully fit Bumrah in white ball, and we've seen what an impact he has in white ball. He can win you tournaments single-handedly. In Test cricket, as you say, with some top batter, like a legend batter, if he's not fit, you say, no, okay, Test cricket is very hard, it's tough, let go, I'll keep playing T20. Similarly, you'll have to take a call.
I think this is basically a time where we talk a lot about the relevance of the bilateral T20I and ODI series. So now I think there are 2 sides of the coin here. That do I want Jasprit Bumrah inconsistently in Test cricket, or do I want a consistent Jasprit Bumrah in majority of bilateral ODIs and T20I series, and obviously in the subsequent ODI and T20 World Cups? If you ask me, I would still keep him inconsistently for Test cricket and for the white ball ICC tournaments, because I know the importance of Jasprit Bumrah, the match winner in all these matches. Bilateral series, you can still try out a lot of players. What it does, obviously give to some of the bowlers is that, they would always be that sword hanging over them. When Bumrah returns, he or she, this particular bowler may be out of the attack, might be out of the 11 or the attack. That's where I feel that uncertainty might remain. But overall, Bumrah is like, once in a generation bowler. And sometimes I think these things need to be arranged so that you can play your best, even if it means you have to play him on inconsistent times.
There is a problem with the word that you use. Arranged. Arranged. Just because he's a once in a generation bowler.
So you're having him after this series for a long series or not?
No. The writing is on the wall from the BGT and the England series. Bumrah can't play a 5-test series. He can't play a 4-test series. Forget about it.
But I'm saying,
even this in a 5-3, I'll play 3 here, there.
You see what
Not
you're
working.
doing with the entire
Not
setup.
working.
I'm saying, but what's the harm? What's the harm of having him for the next 18 months?
This happened.
No, you're not
Pace
playing a big
gets
series.
dropped.
I'm saying
Pace
you're not
get-
playing a big series only. Now
Now
the
it has
calendar.
reached a situation where even a 7-day turnaround is not enough. You've reached that situation. You like it or not.
Look at it.
So even if you have a 3-match series, where if you have a 3-day turn around, what are you going to do? I just think
You see, look at his arrival and look at how it alters the bowling composition. Just because for one or two instances, Jasprit Bumrah didn't make it, you won the test match, you swept it under the carpet.
So I think we're being harsh at the moment. I don't think it deserves this reaction, this whole situation.
No. I'm not saying he's responsible for it. He's still your best bowler.
Yeah,
Don't get me
absolutely.
right. I'm saying
So-
for the sake of the team, sometime you have to have.
See, there's so then the question should be about why is it that we can't expect a Mohammad Siraj to be consistent or the third bowler to be consistently picked firstly. You know
your team has won when Bumrah didn't play also. It's not that they
Yes.
can't be consistent.
Yes.
So I'm saying if you put the players in that responsibility, there's a clear-cut roadmap. You know it's a 5 series. You know you balance your workload. Who's going to do what in which condition? It's better planning. I'm saying here, see it kind of happened in BGT as well, and that's got nothing to do with Bumrah, just the bowler. He was captain first match. What happened? Rohit comes in, becomes captain next. Series goes downhill from there. That's why I'm saying this bit of, and a lot of people pointed that out.
Ad hocism.
Yes, that last moment, you didn't know, Canberra you went, what do you have to do, practice, not practice, then you're pushing him, how many test matches to go, by the time you reach the end, your opening slot was continuing to change because of that, KL Rahul is being pushed up, batting niche.
that was because of the captain at the
That's
time,
what I'm
na?
saying, no, so point is exactly that. That's not when you don't have clarity, you're changing things midway, ad hocism, as he's saying. That is what causes it. By the time you reach the final test match, Jasprit Bumrah is injured.
I'm just saying,
it
going
just
back to where
need
this started,
clarity.
I don't think you're having this conversation right now because I don't think there's a need. Next year, perhaps, when you're building up to a bigger season, when you're building up to a bigger series, maybe that'll be the time. And I would probably agree with you guys that, yes, for the welfare of an Indian bowling unit, Indian team, separate. But if you're looking at making a good nucleus, if you want to make a trio where there's 3 bowlers you can trust and these are the bowlers who are bowling all conditions for me, then yes, this in out doesn't work. The ad hocism, the inconsistency of there being no extended rope, it's not good. Simple as that. But for now, I think the conversation can be delayed.
See, you drop a batter based on poor form, right? What makes you not take that step? That, boss, I'm unfit, and it's not my fault. Okay, I agree. It's his bowling. It's the way how he bowls that he will fall consistently in that unfit category. He'll fall consistently in that. But then that's a danger. Then I am not allowing my test bowling unit to prosper. Because I forever got this, will he play? Oh, will he not play? Oh, will he play? Will he not play? How much will he play? How can he play? What is the workload? How can I plan? I can't plan.
No, but you've always exuded in all these press conferences. Have you? Has the Indian team not exuded with confidence? No, we've got a thing figured out. We know how many matches he's going to play. Have we seen them lose
That's
sleep?
not helped us, no.
Whatever it is, but they need to first admit that. They need to admit. Has there been any sort of? Are they losing sleep over the fact that Jasprit Bumrah is only available for 3 matches? No, I've not seen the coach lose sleep over it. I've not heard them sweat over the fact that Jasprit Bumrah, whether the turnaround's good enough or not.
So that's exactly what we're talking about, no? Maybe they need to.
They have to.
So let the acknowledgement first come.
No, but we can't wait for their acknowledgement. They don't even acknowledge that not playing Kuldeep is fine. How can we wait for it? Not everything that they acknowledge is correct. They're not playing Kuldeep Yadav. They still play all-rounders. They still don't want to trust specialists.
No, I really don't know. How can you plan and have a clear roadmap when you have left specialists out? I don't know how. Bits and pieces and piecemeal players cannot give you a long-term roadmap because
But they'll say that we won Edgbaston because of that.
Great, but did you win the series? So far, no.
Did you win BGT with that?
You didn't. At BGT, what changed in the BGT and what changed in England? Didn't we criticize was a white ball thinking? Here, what is stopping you from not saying it is white ball thinking? I don't know why. What has changed in England? I don't know.
No, see, this we've pointed out from BGT onwards that this is not the road you have to take in test match cricket. You may get the rare success here and there, but by and large, in the long run, you're going to fail. I think this is something that we pretty much...
It's been established. Perth you won, but you thought you'd struck the winning formula, but you paid a price for that formula in every subsequent match of the series. Here you won Edgbaston, but everywhere else you've realized, no, this is not working out.
And see,
Everywhere you're on the cusp of a defeat here as well.
and the one thing apart from not having specialists, the one other thing that I've, not that I needed any reason to point that this bits and pieces idea is a bad thing that we were doing from BGT. Another big, issue with this strategy I found is that when you have 6 bowling options, you really don't know how to balance your bowler. One of them will go under bowl, going back to why Washington Sundar.
Sydney.
No, here, just see,
here, yeah.
if you did not have 6 bowling options, probably you would have gone to Washi earlier. India used to play with 4 bowling
you were
options.
guilty of
and
with
most of the
Nitish
time.
Kumar Reddy in Australia also. How much were you really bowling?
That's what I'm saying. No, so when you used to play test matches with 4 bowlers also till very recently and for a very long time. That way you don't under bowl anyone.
Check out
With
Lords.
6, this is what will happen.
Yeah. Check out Lords and check out this innings. Shardul hasn't bowled more than Nitish Reddy. Nitish, I think, bowled 13-14 overs in one innings at Lords. Shardul's bowled 11. You are asking a batter who can bowl to deliver more rather than a bowler who can bat. Irony just died. You're asking a bowler to bowl less and bat more, but you're asking a batter to bowl more and bat less.
Yeah, that is something that we discussed for the longest time. I think they've got it wrong. One other bowler that we have to talk about, since you're saying specialists need to be played. They played a specialist. His name is Anshul Kamboj. Came with such high expectation. I hate to say this and never judge, just by one test match. Maybe he has a great future, but I haven't seen anything that tells me that,
Firstly, who sets about what is the meaning of an expectation?
No, I'm saying forget expectation. You can go through a test match without picking any wickets is also fine. But, you show signs that, okay, I'll give you an example. AajTak played in BGT, didn't get wickets. We said he was looking good, unlucky, should have done better, right? Can you say the same about Anshul Kamboj?
No,
You can't say that.
absolutely not.
He's not looked threatening. His pace has gone down in one test matches. Here we're talking about BUMRAH, whose pace is reduced, who's coming from an injury, who has a awkward action, who has problem with this, but his pace is going down after bowling a good 50 odd overs in one test match and towards the 3rd test match. Here we're talking about a young bowler just coming in fresh, much younger, who's expected to be the workhorse, bowl for many overs, and within one test match, by the time he's finished whatever 18 overs, every spell his pace has gone from 130s to 120 to a wicketkeeper standing up to the stump. That's what happened with an AajTak when he was bowling with a bad lower back in that test match.
Yeah.
And yet he was bowling slightly quicker than that. So
That's, what really amazes me is that Anshul Kamboj played ahead of the best bowler in the net session in Manchester, primarily because of his batting ability.
I don't know if it's batting
Prasidh
ability.
Krishna, there was a report that he was the best bowler in the net session in
Yes.
Manchester.
He was the
That's
best
only
bowler
reason
in
why
the
he
last second inning of the last test match also that he played in Edgbaston.
Yeah.
And as I said, the last 3 test matches he's played, he's picked up 14 odd wickets or so, 14, 15 wickets, whatever.
Look,
And I think that's most for any fast bowler in that span, including a Jasprit Bumrah.
see, when,
So he leaked a few runs and that is done and dusted, he's out.
when did the hype begin for Anshul Kamboj? 10 for 49.
10 wicket haul. Yeah.
10 for 49. How many seasons of domestic cricket, red ball cricket, has Anshul Kamboj played? Okay. How many seasons of domestic red ball cricket did Harshit Rana play? Harshit Rana, he was called taking to test cricket like a fish to water. The same hasn't been waxed lyrical for Anshul Kamboj. What's changed? At least Anshul Kamboj had a 10 for 49 in a Ranji game. Harshit Rana didn't even have that. But he played Perth. He made his debut
had a
across all
first-
3 formats.
He had a 5 for in recent time. Yeah, and he had a 150 as well.
Okay.
Harshit had a 5-er in BGT, no?
Not BGT.
Domestic.
Domestic,
Okay. So that means
BGT, I think he got 3 wickets
3
in
wickets.
Perth.
Yeah, 3 wickets in Perth. But that means if your supply line of bowlers from the domestic system is this, then I'm sorry, boss.
And just since you mentioned where did the hype come about, I think for both the names that you mentioned, hype wasn't the 10 for. I think the hype was IPL and swing in white ball swinging. That is where the hype came from.
Now-
it wasn't 10 for, that is, let's be honest.
It was a starting point.
That 10 for Siddharth, you and I knew because when we had to do that story, we researched about him and we got to know that he picked a 10 for last year.
No, 10 for to we cover.
And
that
whatever.
became-
And because it was a story back then, because it's a rare feat.
So perfect
okay,
then.
but it's not. When did the layman get to know about it? The layman got to know about him because the layman saw the IPL. The layman saw that under bright light, white ball was swinging by this from this 23-year-old, 24-year-old.
White ball was swinging. Bhuvneshwar Kumar won the IPL.
So yes, let's fast track. What did we see the season before that? Okay, there's a Harshit Rana who's emerged as the IPL winner. Let's fast track him. What did that happen? It took him to Australia, but it wasn't good enough for him to get to England.
Yeah. So look at the combination now. Deadly combination. Piecemeal players, lack of specialists, fast tracking players based on IPL. You can as well as change it to that MRF pace competition. You win that, you get into the Indian team. Now the IPL is doing the same thing for you. Same thing. Where is the status of Harshit Rana now? From fish to water, now out of the water. Totally.
Siddharth, I won't be surprised while he's shown good signs, but Sai Sudarshan's selection is also more white ball cricket and more IPL than anything else.
At least Sai Sudarshan has an average of 40 to show in first class cricket.
Less than 40.
39 point something. Okay, 40.
But
Gulati,
looking at
were
that,
you asking for him? Were you asking for him after the Ranji season got over that this is the boy we need to take to England? No.
But
this is because at the back of all those 50s and all those hundreds of runs that he scored in the IPL.
Are we being unfair to Anshul after one match? And I tell you why. Because I think it was Ravichandran Ashwin who said when Anshul was selected,
Zach and
his IQ is that of Zahir Khan and
Ashwin, he exactly said that he has played
Bhuvneshwar.
He has played with bowlers who played about 30-40 or test matches and still they could not read the situation. But Anshul Kamboj at the age of 24, yet to debut, still has a better IQ than all these.
See, this is the sort of narrative that brings him, paratroops him straight into the team.
So fish to
Because
water.
what did Mone Mokel say today at the end of the thing? He was asked, how did you play Anshul? He was like, no, we wanted to use him because we had been hearing about for a long time. So you start hearing like this only. Players in the IPL start saying, imagine the mix of Zahir Khan and Bhuvneshwar Kumar. I mean,
सूत्रों के हवाले से.
So this is now attached. Fish to water for test cricket, like fish to water for Harshit, and for Anshul Kamboj, IQ equivalent to Zach plus Bhuvi. Awesome. And I don't know.
I think what IQ here, you need skill.
can I tell you something very honestly? This is the other problem I have with IPL.
Yeah.
This team bonding, my team, my guys, he's the best, prep him up. He's the greatest. And now everything is on social media. If you're a YouTuber also, your thing, whatever you say will be made. Even if you're not, you give an interview to someone, he'll quote you, somebody will put you out. So what is the best way to get someone to think, I'm playing in IPL, you're playing for an IPL team, let's say I'm an influential voice and I'm your teammate, I'll give an interview or say something, this guy Siddharth, he's a batter, he's a mix of Gavaskar and Tendulkar, so it's the next big thing. 5 other people will say something, when they need an opener, there you go, Gavaskar come Tendulkar, available to you. This is the other problem with IPL. That's why I say that when you listen to a lot of these cricketers, and I have a respect for a lot of them, but when I sometimes see the statements, and you and I can also make out that this is far-fetched, all you need to do is just join the dots of some IPL team connection they would have been coach of him or that, because coaches also here, overseas coaches also are here, Australian coaches of IPL team, they'll say, this guy is the best, wow, what a player. And so, that's why I say when you hear them as commentators, as analysts on channels or broadcasters or whatever, please take the opinion with a pinch of salt.
I think on these pitches, India needed an Umesh Yadav. Seriously.
They needed a Kuldeep Yadav, the other Yadav was there with them. They needed a Mohammad Shami, half-fit Mohammad Shami would have bowled at 130 on one leg throughout the match. And not at 120 that Kamboj is bowling.
Also. You never know.
100%, 100%. He wouldn't have, tell me one thing, half-fit even though he's not half fit, he's showing you that. In the IPL, you saw, yes, he went for runs, but his pace was still there. I mean, with the red ball, Shami bowling now, he'll bowl 130, 132. He can be much quicker, but assuming he's still not at the peak, he'll still bowl that much. And get the ball to talk as well. He was ready to come.
See, now
The other Yadav is there.
Yeah. Anshul Kamboj can either go the Vinay Kumar way or he can go the Bhuvi way. If that's what his IQ is expected to be, like Zach and Bhuvi. But at the point in time...
Reminds me of...
Don't.
It's going the Vinay Kumar way at this point in time.
Yeah, but let's hope for the best. Maybe he turns it around. Young guy, starting off, he's not shown anything here right now, quite honestly, in terms of skill. That seems to be a lot that he needs to catch up in terms of maybe pace or skill level to be there at that level. But right now, it's not looking all rosy for him, I must say. I hope he turns it around. You know, you wish a young kid all the very best. Yeah, he does. Proves us all wrong. Okay, let's dive into the question. I wanted to say, I mean, it's the Indian team that's struggling, but we are the ones who are sweating because of performance.
Why?
I'd say
Shivam is punishing us today. Just to share it with our lovely audience, we are here in the heat of Delhi NCR. Today happened to be one of the most humid days ever.
Yeah.
And our AC has not been working from the start. Technical team is saying what? They are working on it. Okay.
I hope they deliver.
Can you work on some questions for us?
but Shivam Giri.
Oh, he has Shivam Giri the segment. Okay,
I don't
let's
know.
go to a meme segment
I
called
could be
Shivam.
laughing for the first time in the day, I think. Because the cricket's not made me laugh.
Okay, let's go. Scenes after 1 year of Shavi coaching Indian football. Football coaching अच्छी करता हूँ. Cricket
करता है तू.
करता है तू. अच्छा, cricket खेलेगा.
Shavi se मैं सुन.
अच्छा, because of the rumor that Xavi Hernandez has thrown his hat into the ring to be an Indian football team's coach, which I still think is a big prank that someone has played on All India Football Federation. I maintain that. I'm ready to bet my bottom dollar on that. So let's wait for, in the next few days,
We need
some more details to come.
I don't think this is even reaching the actual Javi Hernandez's ears or his DMs.
No, but I hope someone does investigative reporting and gets to the crux of them.
I hope he has a social media and he just says, "Ke paso?" I mean, what happened? Why is my name coming up?
You know, I was just reading somewhere where that recently he was offered the job for being the coach of the Qatar national football team at some insane amount of money. He's turned that down.
Yeah.
And for 1/50th of that cost, he will come to coach India, which again, no disrespect, what I was just saying. I mean, actually, even if he was coming in for free, he would not be an ideal fit for Indian football because clearly he's used to teaching at a different level where I don't think Indian players are. How will he teach them to play tiki-taka? I mean, seriously, you need that.
Tiki-taka.
Yeah.
He'll know a tikka for sure.
You've got all memes. I thought on cricket, you got all football memes today. Okay, let's go. Xavi applying to be coach of the Indian national football team.
You know, it reminds me of that India versus
What is
Italy
this? Suit
situation.
boot में आया कन्हे?
कन्हैया बैंड बजाने को.
अच्छा. That he is so well dressed, but he's coming to a place where
It is reminding me of that India versus Italy match in 2017 when there was a news that India beats Italy in football, but that under 23 team was the very representational from Serie C. And we know who broke that story in the end. Jasprit Bumrah on the 3rd and 4th day of the test match. थक गया हूँ, चैन से सोना चाहता हूँ. From Nayak, where Anil Kapoor is beaten up and they're all, the journalists are coming. Will you be the
Chief
PM,
Minister.
CM and all that? मैं थक गया हूँ, चैन से सोना चाहता हूँ.
One day CM.
And then somebody comes to motivate him, na?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will be that motivator?
I don't know.
this is what happens when
When
you
you
ignore the best since McGrath.
And he would have struggled on these pitches.
Yeah.
He was also guilty of spraying it around and not being consistent.
But he had 1 or 2 bad matches and then
Vizag.
One against
bad
England,
match.
yeah.
Vizag.
Again, that's what I'm saying about continuity. Yeah. He came in, he did well.
See, the
bad
one
match.
thing again, the series is again a reminder, given how many people have been in and out in the bowling department, that the bowlers are not given the same courtesy that batters are given. With batters, you tend to be more patient in Indian cricket, and that includes the fans who are important stakeholders. There were loud cries over there that how can a Prasidh Krishna even be there? He's leaking too many runs. He's expensive. He's only a IPL player. Whatever. But I am extremely happy with what Shardul Thakur said yesterday. Somebody had to say it in public domain.
Yeah.
That bowlers need to be given they are not, and I can't remember which.
He said, "How will I get into rhythm if you give me three overs?" It's very
he
tough.
used the word rhythm, and then some other former cricketer as well, just a short while back, had said that you can't expect, even for I think it was said for Karun Nair for that matter, that he's been away for 8 years. How is it that he gets you runs in the first 2 matches only?
Yeah.
You have to give him a third opportunity, which he got. With bowlers, are we that patient? Bowler, okay, 2 matches, spraying around, whatever it is, not showing good signs. Okay, bye-bye. We've forgotten whatever good work you've done.
Before we move ahead with our programming, big round of applause. Thank you to Shivam. Finally, the gods have heard us. The air conditioning is back.
Is it?
It still take time to reach you. It is back.
Yeah.
Just be happy about it. Maybe it's because of the
I
good
didn't
wishes of our viewers.
I didn't
For
want
1
it
hour,
to even go. Yeah.
we were sitting without air conditioning more than 1 hour, and finally it's come.
Yeah.
So I should have said it earlier to them. It's their good wishes, trust me. For 1 hour it didn't happen. How is it I said it to them and it's come?
Maybe one of the fellows upstairs was actually
They are
watching
well
us.
wishers. They're all 750 of them watching us live, well wishers.
No, I'm saying maybe one of them is actually also from our staff.
They must have heard it. Oh, their AC is not working.
Okay, please.
Okay, next
Thanks.
one. Yeah,
This is a good
by the way,
one.
good one. Joe Root, what a player.
Yep.
On one day, he goes past Dravid, Callis, Ponting. No big deal, just 3 players.
Three.
And those players happen to be Rahul Dravid, Shah, Callis, and Ricky Ponting. That's all. Not much. Just another day in Joe Root's life.
No, what was very beautiful about that moment was that on Sky, I think it was
Ponting was
was
commentating,
commentating. He was the one who called that moment.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Beautiful.
But as I said, the stat of the day for me is 2100s in the last 4 years for Joe Root. And that is something none of those guys on that list has also managed. In 4 years, you get 2100s. Insane. I mean, I was just saying, 2100s if you have in your entire test career of 10
You're a great.
years. You're one of the legends, 2100. How many people would have got? He's got it in the last 4 years.
I think Lakshman Ganguly also didn't get 21.
No.
Gambhir also no.
No, not at all.
Viru.
Gambhir was a flop in
Gambhir
England and
was,
Australia.
Viru was 18, 19, I think. Oh, was it?
Even
21?
Viru, I think, never got more
Yeah,
than
I'll have to
21.
check how many hundreds.
Yeah. Virat has.
Virat
Of
has.
course.
Sachin has.
Those,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
yeah, but
why are you
I'm
taking
talking,
obvious names, yeah, now?
I'm talking about
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
next one.
Mohammad Siraj so far, wickets taken 0, reviews wasted 2. Had to happen.
He did his sui as well.
Oh,
Yeah, he did.
Viru has 23.
23. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Biru has 23. But Gambhir, I don't think has 20 plus, 21 plus.
I'm an out.
Yeah. Gambhir, unfortunately, struggled in England a lot.
He could not score in England and Australia at all. Gambhir.
See, out of so many people that are watching us, one of them is Vicky Lalwani as well, who's a regular watcher, he's a senior journalist, and he's just said one comment he wants me to take. He says, Nikhil, I think enough has been said about Gill's captaincy, but what took the cake today was placing Jaiswal at square leg in last over when Siraj's ploy was clearly to bounce him. I was not surprised to see Jaiswal losing the ball. My point to you today is it time to come home? Just tell yes or no.
No.
Okay, Joe Root just scored a century against India, his 38th century.
हम दुखी थे लेकिन हमसे ज्यादा दुखी 2 और लोग थे because
He's nearing Sachin and he's
broken Smith's tally of hundreds against India.
yeah.
Smith
Also moving, increasing the gap between Smith and him.
See now, Root. The only question is, can he go past Mount 15,921?
9-1.
That's the only way. International 3191 after a very long time from the US joins us. Imran had said you need specialists under pressure.
Anybody would have said you need specialist, period. Under pressure, no pressure.
I think we should start a petition here. Please play specialists in Test cricket.
Okay, Dhanush.
Gautam Gambhir likes bits and pieces players because he himself was a bits and pieces opener.
That I think
No.
is unfair.
Yeah, that's unfair.
Only in England.
Where
In
we can't
Australia
say that
too.
word.
Yes.
Yeah, that
No,
was.
ODI cricket, I always say that Gautam, imagine if you have the tough task of opening with Virender Sehwag, you're bound to look sluggish and snail's pace type, but he never
Yeah.
made you feel like that. It's not easy to match pace with a Sehwag in ODI cricket, you do it. Test cricket, one of the best knocks, yeah. Napier.
Napier.
137.
What a gritty knock.
Napier is hard to forget.
Yeah.
I mean, even some gritty knocks, even in South Africa, Cape Town, I
Correct.
remember he would.
He played only 2 matches out of the
Yeah.
3, and he played, I
I think he made an 80 in Cape Town to save in 2011. Gambhir.
Yeah, third test.
Third test.
Yeah.
In that insane spell where Dale Steyn bowled, peak Dale Steyn to Sachin. Yeah. Sridhar Savaikar, Root now just behind Sachin in runs and with 3800s. Smith also 36 tons with 10k plus runs. Where do they rank for you among all-time greats like ST, Callis, Ponting, Dravid, Sangha and Lara?
Very tough question to answer now, Sridhar.
Very tough.
What do you make of the one debate? Of course, I mean, you know, they're greats and one of the greats. What do you make of the fact that the bowling attack of earlier generation that they had to handle was slightly tougher compared to
Slightly.
And even
it was
conditions.
even tougher.
I mean, look at Tendulkar getting his runs against McGrath, Gillespie, Lee, Vaughan. Against South Africa, Donald, Pollock, Steyn, Philander, Mockle. New Zealand, likes of Bond, Tuffy,
Bolt, Saudi.
Bolt.
After that,
Saudi towards
Chris Martin to an extent.
Chris Martin, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Pakistan.
West Indies, you look at Ambrose, Walsh, they're against them. Akram,
Bishop.
Wakar, Bishop, yeah, Bishop for West
then later
Indies.
Wasim.
Wasim Wakar, Saklain, Mushtaq, Ahmed, all of them top spinners. Against Sri Lanka, Was, Muralidharan, Fernando, Malinga for a brief period.
Yeah.
So, yes, and England, Anderson Broad.
And in those days, getting runs in England was tough.
Tougher, yeah. Same with Australia.
Even when England had the likes of Caddick, Gough, Alex Tudor, and all these bowlers, I think it was
Caddick,
still
Gough.
No, because conditions were very
Cameron
tough.
White,
Flintoff.
Flintoff,
Yeah, but
Simon
conditions
Jones.
were tough.
Yeah,
Maybe the
conditions were
bowlers
tough,
may
yeah.
not be of that quality, but conditions were very tough.
Condition, yeah.
Yep. And basically, although all of them played, Lara also had to face peak Australia.
Yeah.
Sangha also, all the other peak guys. So, yeah.
Gillespie, Kasparovich.
Jay Krishnan is saying, Pant comeback after injury changed the momentum of the game. Sundar and others couldn't take fast singles and Sundar went for a rash shot because of this. Yeah, I mean, he
to an
couldn't increase the ante.
Yeah, I mean, to an extent that Pant injury, yes, but I still think that the way India batted, I mean, maybe Pant would have got 59, 60 or whatever he got, and the rest would have gotten the same thing. I know there was a bit of a hiccup there, but overall, your top 6 really need to step up, and I think India would have finished somewhere there only. Maybe another 15, 20 runs at best. I don't see them getting that big. I think the problem with India has been how their bowlers have performed, where they've just let England run riot.
Yes.
I love Mutton Biryani has a comment that Kamboj is the worst player to debut since Vijay Shankar.
Vijay Shankar ने मुझे क्यों तोड़ा?
I know. Yeah, but Shankar made his debut in the final. You put him in the deep end of the final. What do you do then? Yeah.
Sridhar Savaikar has another comment that Root has scored 6,050 runs with 20 tons.
21 tons.
With 21 tons and 50s. Unbelievable how he caught up with Fab 4 and just ran away. 6k runs in 6 years is just insane.
That's what.
Yeah.
Speaking
exactly.
the lowest average in these years has been 55.
Yeah.
Which is this year.
Imagine
And
in
he's
those
only
4
getting
years,
started.
55 is the minimum.
I mean, if
And he's
you,
only getting started for this year.
for runs, for tons, he surpassed the Fab 4. after being the laggard, the only place where he lacks behind now is average. That's Steve Smith has said. Yeah, 56, 57, Steve Smith.
It's very sad that, when you talk about this window, how far back Virat Kohli, feels, how low he feels in this comparison then.
He will end as the laggard of the Fab Four.
Yeah,
Imagine.
No, I think he'll be 3. Kane Williamson.
No,
Williamson's got
Williamson.
more runs and tons than him. And he's going to play more.
I'm talking about the impact. Kane Williamson is a home track bully.
It's true.
Kane Williamson is an utter... he accepts that.
I
Kane
accept it,
Williamson
it's
is
true.
an utter failure outside of home. It's as simple as that.
He's got an average of 40
Yeah.
in Australia, that's his best. But 20 in South Africa and 30 in England.
But he ended as the WTC winner as well also, right?
Of course.
There also it was...
Clutch player.
He was also up against Virat at that time.
Yes.
No, but India also won the moral WTC, na?
What? Morally, we won so many things.
Are we talking
We have
about
so
England
many-
or are we talking about India? Because the only holders of the moral victors is England for 150 years.
So we win morally and we win on paper, as we know.
Ashish Dhar has a comment that Kamboj does not look match fit. He could not run 2. Okay. Vishal Panchal from the US has a comment that could this be Jadeja's last series? They might back Kuldeep and Sundar even at home. Feels like he may retire from Test cricket after the England series. See, Jadeja, the bowler from the Border Gavaskar Trophy, has been underwhelming to say the least. And whether they are going to back Kuldeep Yadav or not, well, that remains to be seen. But Washington Sundar definitely is going to get a consistent run in this Test 11, irrespective of the conditions. But one bowler that I would want to see, and I'm sure you also want to see in home Test matches, is Sai Kishore.
100%.
I really hope
Sachin Ravindra.
I really hope that he debuts against either West Indies or South Africa this time.
See, because if you're going again, no, I'm just saying why. Let's say, why was Akshar Patel overlooked from Test cricket? Primarily because as a bowler, he was not doing his job in conditions where, okay, rank turners at home, anyone would, but otherwise they didn't see that he would. But batting was never his problem. Yeah. So now if you need runs, and if that is how you're going to keep Jadeja, then you might as well get an Akshar also. He probably will score even more runs. He looks even a more accomplished batter. Sure. The issue is with bowling, that you need bowlers or spinners to win you matches. I mean, India's had a long tradition of winning you Test matches with your bowlers, and that was there till very recently. Now relying on, Sundar can be a backup spinner who can pick wickets occasionally, but mostly he can chip in with the batters. But you need an out-and-out spinner, This is the country of the 4 great spinners, and then the Anil Kumble's, the Harbhajan Singhs, the Ravichandran Ashwins of the world who won you matches with the ball. So you need to do that. That's what my point is. Nothing against Jadeja. I think he's a fabulous fighter. He's a good all-rounder. He'll chip in. He'll give his heart out. But can he win you a match with the ball? I'm not sure.
Rakesh Bhushan saying, please don't glorify this Indian T20 IPL dominated team in Test. You should have loads of patience. Quick 40 is not what you need. Daddy hundreds is needed. 4 overs of defensive bowling won't do. Attacking bowling to buy wicket is needed. Absolutely. Yeah. Ashish there again is saying, blunder is team selection. Gill has no trust in them, hence Kuldeep sits out. Sundar, like Moeen Ali, has the drift going and could have bowled pre-lunch.
Of course, everyone who knows and understands cricket.
Interesting comparison, Moeen Ali.
Moeen Ali.
I mean, Indian fans would know the damage Moeen Ali did with his off spinners.
Yeah, Southampton 2018.
Which is
and also 14,
14,
18, and also in Chennai.
At home, in India as well.
Yeah. Moeen. He was the one who dissected Kohli's technique. He was the one. Outside of
bat pad.
Outside of even spinning back in, bowled
That's what I'm saying. Gap between bat pad. That gap, he
every format. ODI, IPL, Test, Moeen. Adil Rashid also.
I actually said that day Moeen was part of that dressing room. He could have played ahead of Bashir. He's any day a gap better bowler even now. See, because he's still playing cricket.
Yeah.
Nobody said that. Now, if this time Stokes messages me, then I'm not.
As he done previously.
That was a great conversation.
From England's point of view, any day, a Moeen Ali bowling even now ahead of Shoaib Bashir. Any day.
Absolutely.
He was your last best spinner.
He's playing WCL.
After Graham.
He's playing IPL also and WCL also. At the same time. That's cheating,
Yeah.
Pawan Negi is playing your WCL,
But
yeah.
he's not playing IPL now. Actually, players who are done and dusted are playing.
I was seeing this.
Moeen Ali is playing competitive cricket also, yeah.
36-year-old, 33-year-old also play in the WCL. South African bowler, some South African bowler I saw.
Yeah.
Sadistic Sidby has a comment that
He's back.
Siraj over celebrating again won't please our guru.
Over celebrating.
He did the sui, na?
No, but
After getting vokes
but
out.
it wasn't over celebrating. It was
was
normal
over celebrating.
celebration, yeah.
Where it was over celebrating.
Over celebration would have been had he got root out. Root has got 150, he gets root out and then celebrates.
It would have been like.
And then he's giving a send off and all.
That is
That wouldn't have gone down well with Siraj.
exactly.
Ashish Dhar has a comment that Bumrah can retire from Test cricket and focus on T20 and ODI World Cup. Yeah, we've discussed at length about it.
Yep. Dark Knight is saying if this is transition, we are looking into a most worried about bowling transition. There is no one in the ranks where good Dhoni era of Test looms large.
Ooh, see, 2011 comparison he's also made.
He's also done it, yeah. Rookie Techie is saying moisture on pitch on day 1 and day 2 and team selection cost game. Toss decided Lords in this game. Archer replacing Tongue is series deciding. Yes, I would say that.
By the way, Rookie Techie, we're talking about moisture and this and that. I hope India in the second innings bat well. Because if they don't, then that exposes the moisture and, cloud cover argument as well. Tomorrow they will be tested at some point and there will be no cloud cover there, no moisture. So we'll see.
Yes. Daniel is saying Dravid Kohli or Pujara
That's a
Tendulkar.
good
Choose one,
question. That's a very
Ooh,
Very simple
very good
for
question.
me.
Aye.
I'm going Dravid Kohli.
I'm going Pujara Tendulkar.
+1.
Pujara.
Pujara Tendulkar.
I'm going
Can't
Dravid.
look past Sachin.
Far more assured test players, both.
Yeah.
Both. Like Dravid is not.
I mean, the pairing, Kohli.
I don't think there's
Come
any.
on.
No, I don't think there's any right or wrong in this.
No, he's saying far more assured pairing. I look at it the other way. Dravid Kohli, yeah.
If there was an ODI, this thing, then I would have beat any combination. Kohli would have been.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not in tests.
Absolutely.
Not in tests.
Yeah, but he's ahead of a Pujara. Got more runs, more hundreds, everything, yeah. And Dravid is in Test cricket. Many regard him at par with Tendulkar. So look at that.
Rakesh Bhushan has a comment that in IPL, Gill, coach captains from the boundary line. Here he was a grumpy, poker face coach who hardly reacts. What role is he playing? Was Gill the right choice or Rishabh Pant should have led this team?
Basically, he's saying that in IPL, Gill has a coach who's always helping. Here, he does not have a coach.
I think how
Mehraji.
can we judge someone on the basis of like just
I think
3 or
what
4
you're also
matches?
insinuating over there is that Gill can't function when there's no one helping him or is constantly in his ear.
He had a terrible day today, but does it mean that whether he was the wrong choice by the selectors? Not really sure about it.
Also, just because, again, I am a big fan of Ashish Nehra also as a coach and as a player as well. My thing is, just because one is a more happy-go-lucky guy who stands with a coconut water on the sideline doesn't, compared to another guy who has a more serious face and sits in the balcony, is in no way a reflection of who's a better coach or not. I'm saying just by their body language or what they're doing. Yeah, if you have inside knowledge of this tactical genius, this one pulled up and the other one is not being able to, then you can say. But right now you're judging on the basis of what do you see? One guy is always in the ear and is pretty cool, relaxed with the coconut water, so he's better. Other is not in the ear, but who knows what happens in the dressing room? Yeah? That's where all the big calls and decisions are made.
Yeah. Vishal Panchal from the US is saying Bumrah's top class, but picking games hurts other bowlers' chances. Tests need team effort. Individual brilliance works more in white ball cricket. True that.
Exactly my point, Vishal.
Rakesh Bhushan again says half-fit Shami could have been much better than Siraj and Kamboj. Their RPO today are 4.3 and 4.9. It's a test match, not IPL cricket. Mone Mokal needs to answer a lot. Worst fast bowling right now?
Actually, he said that bowlers were better today.
Moine said that.
Yeah, Moine said that.
So, can I be honest? I
Moral
think this
victory.
whole whitewashing business that exists in these press conferences,
Yeah.
I just hate it. So, every time we were 24/7, perennially we're just whitewashing our players and our deficiencies, everything. The truth is never told. Honesty is unheard of. And it's a professional obligation to hear these pieces, I feel at times.
Yeah.
Oh, so
You know, can I be honest? You realize we put out so much content on Sports Day, and a lot of content is loved by people as well, and they watch all of that. That's fantastic. But we put press conference as well, and see the numbers for press conference. What that is telling you is that viewers also know. No point listening to the press conference. I rather listen to a live chat of what these guys are saying, because they're going to be objective and honest. Press conferences will be whitewashing. Exactly that. Rehearsed answers.
तो मेरे घर पे भी हो रही है ना.
हाँ, वो तो तुम्हारी 2 साल से हो रही है.
Exactly. यहाँ पे भी that only.
Singularity is here from the UK.
If India save this, it's going to be bigger than the win they had at Edgbaston. Yeah, it's going to be a massive
I agree.
achievement.
No, if
Absolutely.
you will be talking about so many good batting performances if you're able to pull a rabbit out of the hat.
Agreed.
Indeed.
Give us something. I'm saying, please give us something. Today was actually a bit of a mental
Give
hammering.
me some sunshine.
Yeah, give me rain as well. give me rain at the moment. I'll take that. Just 1.5 days of
But
just.
whether the Indian team will grow up, I don't
it's
know.
It's a mental assault on Indian cricket fans. Yeah.
Give me Rishabh Pant. That's right.
Is he coming out to bat
Rishabh
second?
Pant will
I
need
think he
support.
will, but I think he'll bat probably at 7 or 8.
Depending on the
upon-
situation.
yeah,
If you're,
how you need him.
say, suppose 250 is the lead, you're 200 for 9. I don't see him batting. It's a lost cause. Rookie Taki saying, for God's sake, don't play 5-match away series which costs us WTC final chance. Also, bowlers cannot maintain fitness throughout. We are 3-match team.
That makes a good point.
For years and years, you wanted a 5-test series. You got one, now you're saying, nahi. हमारे बस
4. Let's settle on 4.
ठीक लगा लो यार.
4 we've done well. BGT we won also. 4.
4.
Let's go with 4.
Your favorite comment next. Ashish Dhar.
Ashish
Captain
Dhar.
Russell and Brooks were smashing the ball all around. Kachra throws the ball to Bhuvan and ball spins. Sundar could have tried to distract Gill's attention.
Oh God, okay. Yes. Kachra threw the ball to
But
Bhuvan when he got
Kachra
to
was
spin.
was the team's most genuine spinner. Your most genuine spinner is on the other side of the rope,
He's sitting outside wearing a bib.
wearing a bib. You can't even substitute him.
No, I mean, look at it. Everybody knows England have been struggling against spin since 1893, yet you don't play a spinner. Yet you don't play.
Did you see the video I had sent on the group?
I
then?
know.
Yeah,
England suffered a brain fade, na? They should
Ismail.
appeal to
Smile.
LBW.
Hey, smile.
I know.
Ismail got a same leg.
Yeah.
Same.
Just that he's not playing a reverse.
Yeah. He got a Yorker, yeah. He was plumb LBW, yeah. Come on.
Reaction from the crowd.
Paramveer Singh has a comment that India were humiliated today by his English mates. How can India save this match? Can someone be their Lakshman and Dravid? They were closer to history at Lord's, but now they'll have to write history.
Paramveer joins us from the UK. That's why I'm saying English boys. Paramveer, that's exactly what we discussed at length. All of us had different opinion, but by and large, it's obviously not looking bright. But if you joined the chat late, we spent a good 20-25 minutes discussing what is the best case scenario from India, and quite frankly,
Worst is tomorrow post match, long one.
Yeah.
No day 5.
Could be.
Rohail Rafi from the UK. Batsmen of 90s and 2000s got away without DRS.
There will
he's
always
making-
be these points.
And
of
also
discussion.
bad
Always. Yeah.
Terrible umpiring. I mean, whenever you had the Asian umpires, mostly from Pakistan, Sri Lanka, they were horrible.
The other side of DRS was you also got shoulder before wicket. You could not do anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So many howlers.
Yeah.
So
If you talk about before Steve Buckner, there was
Ah,
one guy. He was called Bad Call Kure, BC Kure. He had such howlers that they said, please retire at this point. Ujjwal Kumar with lots of love. Thank you.
yeah, thank you. Ujjwal.
Karthik K. Until NFL starts, I have to watch our mediocre testing.
Yeah, Karthik is a big NFL fan.
NFL fan, yeah. Vihir Shah from Kenya is saying, only positive is India bowled 90 overs.
90 overs. That I agree. Well done to India for that.
exactly.
And that's primarily because of a Jadeja who
Yes.
finishes his overs like this, and he's bowled 33.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
Singularity has a comment that flat pitch, India need more batters because opposition will score big. Tough pitch, India need more batters because their tail is weak. No pitch for Kuldeep.
yeah, his point is
He's
good.
actually very
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
He simplified things very well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is what it is.
It is.
You see, if you want to play that extra, if you're underconfident about your batting, extra cushion of batters, you will find a way to play them.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chili Paneer is saying, Shardul, if 11 overs play proper batter, if I was Gill, I would have crowded Stokes against spin when he came in. Gill is clueless and passive.
Because of his prior dismissals to Sundar, na?
Drifting in.
Drifting in.
Around
Yeah.
the wicket, yeah.
Indeed. So, terrible situation.
Shall we wind up?
Yes, we can.
We promised to give everyone company into Saturday as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, for us to be back, we need a break as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that note, any parting thoughts?
They are not subscribing.
Not subscribing? Are Shivam is saying that so many of you who are watching us are not subscribed to us. That's a shocker for me. I thought they're all subscribers. That's how they get to know the notification they come live. No?
Can you just enact one thing
Okay.
for me? I'll say the fill in the blanks, but you'll have to say one line that मेरे को तो ऐसा धक धक हो रहा है. I'll say after what I want to say, please.
Okay. You मेरे को ऐसे धक धक सा हो रहा है रे बाप.
I have a feeling that a make surrender is coming today.
Today.
I have
तो
a very
काहे
strong
का धक
feeling.
धक हो रहा है इधर.
Exactly. You didn't have to do the thak thak.
Anti-climax.
I know.
You're saying game done on Saturday?
Almost, if not 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, almost, yeah. But you have to stick your neck out 100%.
See, we need a Guran. Firangi! You need someone like that to do it, yeah? Firangi!
Okay, guys, take care. Bye bye. See you. Have a great weekend. Apart from the cricket, but who knows? The Indian team
Yeah,
does a
still pull a rabbit
minor
out of-
miracle.
See, India are winning one thing for sure.
Hearts.
Chess.
Chess.
Yes, yeah.
Bound to have
जीतेगा
a
तो इंडिया ही.
Either
This weekend
Sunday
you
or
will
Monday.
have a smile on your face.
एक ही नाम सुनाई देता है.
जीतेगा तो सिर्फ इंडिया ही.
जीतेगा.
See, I wanted to find some happiness. We were talking about explanations of finding, reasons how not to play Kuldeep. I found my happiness. India is winning this weekend.
Chess World Cup.
Chess
You're winning a
Women's.
World Cup. Yes.
Okay. Bye bye, guys. See you tomorrow.
See you.
Nandri,
Lunchtime.
Shubratri, Shaba Khair. Eat your vegetables.
And don't trouble your mother.
5:30
Could
lunchtime.
really be
Yes.
innings break also. Before that.
Innings break. Yeah.
Could
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
Yeah.
See you.
Bye bye.